can you learn about your team after just the first series of the season?
Well, I think quite a bit. You know, we put a lot of details into our scrimmages and a lot of emotions and penalties and rewards. And, you know, our guys, like a lot of college programs across the country, are fighting to make a travel list and to make starting lineups, and the roles are still trying to be established. So they're fighting for individual recognition from the coaches, but then, you know, it's kind of a refreshing thing to start the season. It'll be all of us against one team in a different color, where it's kind of been the pitchers versus the hitters and the battle within the battle there. And you know, our A team and B team, with the evolution of this program, there's not a lot of difference in, if there is an A and a B player, there's not a lot of fall off in the second string player, where sometimes in years past, the inferiority of the B team didn't leave you with much definition of a competitive team. And in this case, I think it's been a very competitive camp, so to speak, and guys are fighting for their positions. We got some tremendous races going on, and they're fighting for different reasons, and I think when we come together collectively, it'll come out pretty good. But that's the test that we're all looking forward to this time of the year.
Excited to see them in a game?
Yeah, I'm excited to play against somebody else where, you know, the other team doesn't know your signs, and you know, whether they're catcher signals or offensive signs, and to play against somebody else. And the barometer that comes with that, Hawaii's have a lot of respect for Coach Trapasso, and it's very difficult to win over there. We felt very fortunate to come out with a 3 out of 4 series last year. And Hawaii in itself presents some challenges, not besides their baseball team. Their fans are boisterous and rowdy and distractive, and there's television. Of course, the humidity over there would be a climate change for us, so I'm not going to complain about that. There's some other challenges, and then, you know, the time spent on the beach in the daytime with night games and things like that. I hope our guys are professional about the way they go about their business.
Been there last year, so they were there last year, so
yeah, we've got some guys. This is their 4th trip.
Yeah.
Altobelli's been there for 10 years. And, last year was the first time that we came out off the island feeling like we accomplished something. So hopefully the anticipation of getting off to a good start will be good.
What's the rotation look like?
We'll go with Jake Reed on Friday, Tommy Thorpe on Saturday, Cole Irvin on Sunday, and Jeff Ford on Monday.
Christian able to throw?
Yeah, Christian will, we think he can probably get up to about 60 pitches, so we've got him kind of logged in relief for 3 innings, whichever game that comes. He might throw as early as the first game. Certainly, we don't want to run the pitch count up on all of our starters, so we have the best endurance, but you know, if they can get 6 or 7 and then turn the ball over to the relief corps, we'll be pretty satisfied with their starts.
How about the catchers?
The catchers is a dogfight. Right now, if we were going to play tomorrow, Josh Graham, the freshman from Roseburg, would get the first call. We've got 4 games over there, so we'll split that up. Josh is certainly not hitting on all cylinders, as you would expect a freshman playing that high volume position where there's a lot of things to know as a youngster in our system. And so hopefully we'll see Josh continue to get more comfortable with all the system kind of things. He's playing awfully well physically. It's just some little things that pop up every once in a while. So John Chase will be the other guy, and whether we go 2 games for John and 2 games for Josh, that'll be up to see how Josh fins. He'll probably start on time.
Yeah, Josh will start Friday.
You mentioned kind of the experimentation there with the catching position. Are there any other positions you feel like you'll be experimenting a lot with this weekend?
No, that's the good news is, you know, we've got a lot of experience in returning athletes in the infield. The entire infield will be returners. The guys we finished the year with starting. And maybe the only thing that's evolved recently is we were trying Heineman at catcher. He was in the mix there, and we felt like he was a little behind the other 2 kids, so we want his offense in our lineup. He's a very good player, and so we just recently put him out in center field. So far defensively, he's shown that he can handle defensively that position, and really, to be honest with you, since we took him out of the catching position, with that burden off of him, he's really taken off offensively. So that's probably the only other thing that Garlick and Thomas and Mendenhall and those kind of guys, Stephen Packard who came back from the church mission. So we've got experienced outfitters and we've got experienced infielders.
You haven't had much time to prepare. I mean, other than wins, what are you expecting to see out of your guys?
Well, we hope they play duck baseball, and that's team baseball, and that's hard baseball, and hopefully we won't have any bobbles on hustle and mentality, and you always go in hoping that you'll handle your end of the bargain, play catch, throw strikes, put the ball in play. I think we'll be able to do that, and it's just fun for everybody to see how we measure up for somebody else that's trying to do the same things. But I can assure you it's a business trip for us, and the excitement of going to Hawaii, and our guys will be single-minded and laser focused on the job at hand, I hope. And so far, this group seems to be a very special group. They've got last year's group of leaders, and all the challenges that we presented them, they've embraced and handled in a very professional way. So, the things you don't expect are the anticipation of starting a season, and even for the old coach, it's different. I'll wake up different on Friday morning and excited. And some players handle that very well, and some players it gets in their way, and the beginning of the season. And hopefully, our guys will relax early in the series, and we'll be able to play at our best that way.
To be sure, for you, a year ago at this time, sort of unknown coming off of up and down freshman year, but obviously really emerged last year as one of the best closers in the nation. What comfort level, being able to kind of hand the ball to a guy like that in the ninth inning in tight situations, he's proven what he can do.
Yeah, and he had some rough spots because he was shut down for a while and wasn't at his best in some of our scrimmages. The last two times that he's pitched have been Jimmy Sherfield, and beyond Jimmy Sherfield. He was pitching at 94 miles an hour with that tight slider and throwing a lot of strikes. And we tease him about the wild thing music. And hopefully Jimmy can maintain the excellence that he showed last year and at the back end of games, and not get in his way, so to speak, with a hit batter and a walk each inning and set the table for the opposition. He's got electric stuff. He's awful hard to hit, and he can throw the ball in the strike zone. With him with the ball at the end of the game, we feel pretty good about our chance. That's a good luxury.
So just normal wear and tear in the arm, or something?
Yeah, it was just a lot of innings and a lot of outings, and we shut him down. And when he first started to throw, he didn't feel totally comfortable. So he's back, and he's 100%. The difference in Jimmy this year and last year, we were kind of grooming him as a hybrid role where he was actually starting our scrimmages. So the first game when he threw over 100 pitches in relief, people raised their eye and said, "What's up with that, coach?" So he had actually been going 90 pitches before that. You will not see Jimmy Sherfield this time. He'll be a true
Okay. How long was he shut down? Most of the fall?
Yeah, all summer
Oh,
and most of the fall. Just started back when we came back in January.
Okay.
Coach, you talked about going on this trip being kind of one track mind on the series. Do you feel like the fact that you've made this trip a few times in a row now and you have guys who had this experience under the belt helps keep the whole team on track?
Yeah, our guys have been to some pretty fun places, and Hawaii's one of those things where, especially our California kids are looking forward to the beach again and those type of things. But I think they put so much time and effort into the development of themselves and the ball club for the state of Hawaii and the distractions of the vacation kind of atmosphere in Hawaii. That would be pretty silly to let that get in the way of the fact that it's an important 4 games. And, I think the fact that we lost the first game and then reeled off whatever we reeled off 10 or 11 in a row went a long way to our self-confidence throughout the year. And the fact that we were able to close games and finish games was a big factor in how we had such a tremendous year until the very end. And, I think a lot of us still have a kind of a taste in our mouth that we didn't finish the job in the PAC and we didn't finish the job in regional play to get to the College World Series. And so we still kind of have something to prove. We haven't really done anything besides the media's expectations. And the number 5 national seed was an honor, but we didn't take advantage of that. So we still got a lot to prove, and it's our job as coaches to keep them focused on the right things when we're over there. One of the negative things for me in this whole deal is we got 36 guys. We get down to 35, and then we've got to establish a 28-man travel squad. So we're going to leave 7 family members at home, and then the devastation or exhilaration of that first starting lineup becomes a factor too. We actually gave them on Saturday a tentative starting lineup to ease the shock and awe of the first one that goes up when you're playing for real. And that'll be a major factor in the team chemistry, how people handle that. If we got guys that get off the ship, so to speak, because they're not getting self-satisfaction of playing, we'll have some internal problems. That was really one of the keys to last year is we had an unselfish team. So they didn't care who was in the batter's box or who was on the mound or those guys. They did care, but they were supporting each other. And that's always the mystery on how your total roster handles those kind of emotions. And these guys are real men, and I expect them to handle it like real men. I don't want them to like a secondary role. I just want them to accept it in a mature fashion.
Has coming off a winning season changed the attitude going into the season?